Buongiorno. That's all I got. I love Italian. I am so grateful to be here. And just a preface of what I'm going to talk about or who I am. I'm a psychologist by training, so I love emotions. I cry a lot, so when I cry through this speech, that's nothing to do with what's going on. That's what I love to do. And I don't know the etiquette around here, but would it be okay if I stood up or if I talked in the middle? Would that be okay? Or do I need this? I can be loud enough. Is that okay? Or do we need the microphone? It's fine if I can sit.
Otherwise, you can stand up and you can just...
Okay. You can stand if you like, yeah.
And the reason is mainly it's the nervous energy to work it off. But why I am here, or how I got here, I got the award of the White Slits through Global Citizen, so mainly I'm here because of what Hugh does. And I am so excited and humbled to be here to share my story and how we came to be who we are. So when I was thinking about what do I say in this space, and the reason I wanted to stand, I want to see everyone because I like that connection, the emotional connection of the work we do. And when I was thinking about what do I say to the people who are doing the work, who are already making changes, four words came to mind, really five, but one was value, purpose, humility, and community, and how all that connects in my work. A little background about me. I am Rwandan by birth, like most of us here have multiple identities, and moved to the US when I was 14. Most of you know about the genocide in Rwanda. So that's how I ended up over there. Oh, so I can walk. Okay. I'm so nervous. I don't do this very often. Oh, I can stay over there. It's okay. Okay. I didn't mean to make it complicated. I'm nervous. So if I stay in there, I'll forget everything. But anyway, so what I was trying to say, the value, the things that we go through do not change who we are. Each and every one of us here has a value. We are priceless. As Christians, we are children of God. So when I'm talking to these girls, I'm here because of them, and that's the value I want to tell them. What happened to them, the ovarian lottery that he was talking about, does not change who they are. And so my story and how I'm connected, I'm here because of three girls. When I went to Uganda in 2015, where my husband and I have schools, we do all the SDGs. SDGs are wonderful, they're great ideas, they're beautiful words, but they mean nothing without each and every one of us in here and the work we do. So when I walked in that school, a 9-year-old girl was in class, and the day before she had been raped. Everybody around her knew this, and nothing was done. Why? In Uganda, you have to pay $12 to the police to even arrest the person. You have to pay $5 to get a medical checkup. These are all things we take for granted. And I was just sitting across that girl doing therapy as a psychologist, thinking I'm doing my part. Something about that girl broke my heart. That was me at 11 years. I didn't tell a soul until I was married. And telling this girl what to do, knowing that she cannot afford to get the services that most of us get and take for granted. I knew I had to do more. But as a mother of 4, a wife, a doctoral student, my privilege was saying, you don't have time. So we took care of this one girl, and I thought I was done. I kid you not, a week later, a 5-year-old was assaulted by her grandfather, the man who was supposed to protect her. And he was HIV positive. These are the tears I was talking about. It still brings me to tears. This 5-year-old, grandma could not afford $5. I'm a Starbucks addict, so $5 I spend every other day to drink Starbucks. And this little girl got a life sentence because grandma could not afford $5. And that is not okay in this world. It is not okay. So that's when I got my calling. I always knew it was a calling, but I waited for the right time. And it was a clear voice saying, why do you get the luxury to wait when they're hurting now? And I think that's the SDG point. Why do we get the luxury to wait when our climate is changing and the world could end in 2030? Why do we get the luxury to wait when girls in Africa, in Asia, in Australia are hurting, can't go to school? We do not have the luxury, and that's why each and every one of you are here. 5 minutes. So, a week later, and I'm not kidding, get another story, because they heard about helping these 2 girls, and this is a 19-year-old girl raped by her father since she was 4. Everybody knew she went through her life like this, 2 suicide attempts, no access to resources. Something had to be done. So that's how EJA Foundation came. We started with just $5 here, $10 there, and we can move through this really fast to show you the work that's been done in the last 3 years. We're very new. But what we did was start this resource. We have free medical, free counseling. We just got
Down for next.
Thank you. So that's my family, 4 of us. My sisters, I'm here because of them and the support they do. And that usually works somewhere else. I'm not here. So with the girls, we started the campaign in this rural area about changing this way. Girls walk to school every day, the ones who get access to school. And that's where they get assaulted. So we knew we had to do something. We started EJA Healing Center. Now a girl in this village, it's 1 doctor for 20,000 people. A rape victim, unless it's really violent, they don't get access. Now they don't have to wait in lines anymore. They come in, we have a social worker, we have a legal advocate. They walk far and near to find these survivors to give counseling. Before EJA, the police had to walk the perpetrator like that. So they're not going to do the work unless they have an incentive. That's where the money was coming in. We bought a motorcycle. So now our legal advocate, that's our Superman. He goes and picks up the police officer, he picks up the perpetrator. That's a really awkward ride all the way to the prison. Just a motorcycle is changing how justice works for these girls. And finally, they know that they have value, their pain matters, and someone is listening. That's our legal advocate. He takes all the survivors to court, because if you don't show up, if you can't afford to go, your case is dismissed. So that's no longer okay, and we're changing that. When you hear police station, that's really all it is, that little room. That's him transporting everybody, just one motorcycle, changing the world. When you hear about therapy, we are thinking of our fancy therapy rooms in the US. It could be in the backyard with a chicken walking by, but this girl knows that someone cares, and their voice matters. One of our counselors, these are just few images to show you where we are. So our job is not to deny the stories, but to defy the ending. And until I was able to speak up, these girls were my Me Too story. They were the reason I was able to say I'm a victor over my own story, and so that no more Tabithas have to sit and walk through life with this horrible thing that happened to them. So we're educating the community, having the schools, the students. We go on radio. We started outreach about how this is not okay in this world today. And things are changing. People are coming out in numbers to learn more. We are starting a group of grandfathers or older men in the community to be the ones telling other boys and men that this is not okay. And we are protecting our women, our girls, and it starts with us. Because this is not a job for women, it's a job for all of us. Especially our men have to be in this. So we say enough is enough. And we did a walk just this past summer. Over thousands of people came out to walk. Students, girls, women, men, mosques, churches. Everyone is joining. Police Against Gender-Based Violence. That was my most proud moment because they never used to go arrest anyone unless they paid them a bribe. And now they're saying, if you do it, we're with you. And this would not all be possible. When we won the $50,000 from the White Slits Foundation through Global Citizen, and by the way, it is as amazing as it looks up there, even more, the work they do. So we're opening another crisis services, adding another motorcycle, hiring more legal advocates, so that we can have one of these in each and every hospital, in each and every community, hopefully, to the point that we stop doing this job because there'll be no more violence against women. And that is, for me, my goal and my ideal. And so before the Me Too movement started, 2 years before that, one of our things was saying Me Too, meaning for us, it was to say that you and I are in this together. We are in this community, in this world for a purpose. We have a value, we have something to bring. So just be with me. When I say something, I want you to say Me Too. Can you do that with me? And again, I don't know if this is the etiquette for such a space, but so when I say something, you say Me Too, all right? I am a global citizen. I'm a change maker. I have a purpose. I have a goal to change this world. It starts with me. It starts with you. And I can't wait to have more gelato in Italy.